Airsoft GI's hassle-free gift voucher system allows you to purchase gift vouchers in the amount of $20, $50, and $100 and email them to the airsofter of your choosing. To learn more about our gift voucher system, click on this button on our front page. What's up, GI TV? My name is Tim. This is going to conclude our little mini-series on optics. The other day we went over rifle scopes and magnified sights. Today we're going to be looking at more close-range sights that don't have any magnification. Now there's two main types of sights that we're going to be looking at today. Reflex sights and holographic sights. The difference in them should be apparent in their name. A reflex sight projects the image of the reticle onto a lens that reflects back at your eye, hence the name reflex sight. Holographic sights work in a similar fashion in that it does project an image that does project back to your eye so you can see the reticle. However, the image that you're seeing is actually a virtual representation of the reticle, which is projected beyond the lens. The explanation, or the in-depth explanation of this, can get rather lengthy, so all I want you to know is that holo sights work in a similar fashion to reflex sights. If you want to learn more, you can do your own independent research. Now, we're going to be looking at a couple of different types of reflex sights today because we sell a lot of different types on our website. Again, all of this information is to help you make an informed purchase decision based on your play type, based on the type of gun that you have, and what you want out of your sight. Now, there are three main types of reflex sights. Tube type sights like this, open type sights like this one, and the in-between, which are the small tube type sights like this one right here. This is the AMP micro red dot, and this is the NC Star panoramic sight. This in my hands is the B2 30mm combat dot sight. I like this sight a lot because I have one. The advantage of using a full tube type reflex sight is that you can attach accessories to it like this kill flash. Another representation of this would be this red dot sight here. This is a red-green dot sight by, I believe it's B2 also. But as you can see, this one has lens covers on it, and you wouldn't be able to do this with an open type reflex sight like the NC Star panoramic sight. However, the advantage of using a panoramic sight like this is so that it doesn't obstruct your view. As you can see, the sight is very small and the profile is very slim. This allows you to aim and not miss anything that's going on in front of you. So a big advantage of using a small reflex sight like this. These small tube type sights like this AMP micro red dot are kind of the in-between between the open type reflex sight and the tube type sights. You can still mount accessories to this one like a kill flash or maybe even a little bit of, well, I don't know if lens covers fit in here, but I know that I have seen these with kill flashes on them. And again, they're very small, low profile, so it doesn't obstruct your view very much. Now, on to holographic sights. This is an EOTech. It's very expensive and it's made for real guns. EOTechs, like I said, project the image of the reticle beyond the lens. It helps with something called parallax and it helps you aim. For airsoft purposes though, most holo sights are actually reflex sights that are just made to look like holo sights because BBs aren't that accurate anyway, so you don't need that much technology in your sight. This is, man, B2 sights all over the place. This is a B2, I think we call it the B2 red crosshair holo sight, or B2 red crosshair sight. It doesn't actually project the image. In fact, most airsoft replicas of EOTechs do not project the image. Very expensive ones do, but those are almost as much as the real thing, so not very many people have them. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're shopping for a close-range sight for yourself. Holo sight may not necessarily project the reticle, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because it still works as a reflex sight. Just want you to know that. Other things to keep in mind when purchasing red dot sights or green dot sights, in this case for yourself, is the color of the reticle. Now the reason why that's important is because different colors are received by your eyes different ways. Green is actually the most receptive color to the human eye. Therefore, a green dot sight is much more beneficial if you're going to be using your sight outdoors because it's easier to see. You're going to want to keep in mind that harsh sunlight is really going to change the way your eyes perceive color. So if you have a red dot sight that's awesome, it works great indoors, it may not be so awesome when you go outside and you find out that you can't find your reticle. So that's one thing to consider while you're shopping for your sights. The color of the reticle, the type of sight you have. I had one more thing that you need to consider. Oh, yeah, the batteries. Okay, these type of sights, unlike scopes where the crosshair is just kind of fixed inside there, these type of sights, the reticle is created by a little projector that's inside. I hate using my red dot sights because I always forget to turn them off. Keep that in mind when you have your red dot sights and holo sights. So there's three things to keep in mind. The type of sight that you're using, the color of the reticle, and remember to turn off your batteries or remember to turn off the sight when you're done so that you don't waste batteries. That pretty much covers it. For the close range sights, there's not as much information about these sights as there are for magnified scopes. Hopefully you have enough information to discern the different types of red dot sights out there, and you can choose one that's right for your application. That's going to do it for this episode of GITV. Thanks for watching. Please use your airsoft guns responsibly. Do not shoot at any unsuspecting people or animals.
Don't ever look down the barrel of your airsoft gun, and keep your finger off the trigger unless you're ready to fire. Treat your airsoft guns like they're real firearms.